Top 5 craziest MMA matchups you wouldn't believe happened. Sports combats are unexpected things. You won't be bored by the fighter who takes the game to that epic battle to grab your attention. In the ring or cage, fighters put aside their well-being to entertain and inspire us from something interesting. Due to unusual nature of MMA, fighters can be booked and unbooked based on injuries of fighters and drag failure test reports, etc. In MMA matches, fans have so many reasons to be excited, and sometimes their excitement is over before reaching its proper climax. For ranking the 5 craziest MMA matches, I had to watch hundreds of epic matches. Some stole the show and others were better. I have sorted the 5 craziest MMA matches for you. Your opinion might be different, but in my opinion it is hard to miss even one of them. So let's go straight into it. Nate Diaz vs Conor McGregor. UFC 196 fight took place on March 5th, 2016 in Las Vegas, Nevada, between Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor. In the first round, both fighters were enthusiastic. Conor was switching back and forth left and right. His movements were so brilliant. That was the most hyped fight in the history of the UFC. In the first round, both fighters started equally. Diaz had a particular submission skill and he was continuously trying to kick, but Conor followed everything he would do in the UFC, so the fight became interesting. McGregor was effectively countering the kicks of Diaz. In the last few seconds of the first round, Conor took Diaz down. First round was not in favor of Diaz. It looked like the match would be against Diaz. McGregor abruptly attacked Diaz, but his ability to finish then tired Conor. Diaz quickly took him in a rear neck choke. The ending of the match was dramatic, with the defeat of the Irishman. However, something was extraordinary in the first round when McGregor attempted. The kick with power Diaz would have ended up badly bruised, but McGregor moved back instead of pursuing the rush. It might be that he did not want to break Diaz's leg. Fans of Conor said that he could break the leg of Diaz, but he allowed him to fight more in UFC. However, the second fight of Conor with Diaz proved that McGregor is an excellent fighter of UFC history. After their first match, both again came up for the second fight. After 5 months, this match ended with the win of McGregor. George Santiago vs Kazuo Misaki 2 Brazilian MMA. This fight was between George Santiago and Japanese MMA Kazuo Misaki in 2010. In the first round, both landed body shots on each other and missed many flying knees. They spent 4 rounds just bashing each other. They had momentum shifts, and spectators thought that this fighter looked like he would be knocked out. Suddenly, he changed things. It was insane to watch this fight. Finally, in the 5th round, when Santiago got the chance to dominate Misaki on the ground, you thought that Misaki was winning, but he was beaten badly by Santiago at the next moment. His corner left no choice and threw in the towel with just 30 seconds left. Diego Sanchez vs Clay Guida. They fought a most iconic fight in UFC back on June 20th, 2009. It was a lightweight championship about 3 rounds event and a TUF finale. This fight made the history of UFC while fans were just expecting it to be a great fight. Both fighters showed their toughness and stamina. In the first round, they rushed in and landed their arm on each other. The Sanchez Nightmare unleashed blows and knees on, but Guida absorbed them and finally got his takedown. In the second round, the blood was pouring from Guida's nose. He avoided the strike exchange, but Sanchez, due to the massive uppercut of Guida, Sanchez took the advantage. But as Guida recovered toward the round end, he again ate the head kick and put his back on the ground. This match could have been drawn, but Sanchez managed to get a final decision. 10 years after this battle, he entered into the UFC Hall of Fame to show the courageous display of both fighters. Jon Jones vs Alexander Gustafsson. Suppose you have watched the fight between Jon Jones and Alexander Gustafsson. You might have thought who was the winner of this fight. The decision of UFC. The winner of the fight between Jones and Alexander created disturbance among the fans. All the media and judges decided in favor of Jones, and in my opinion, it is a clear decision for Jones. Some people think that Gustafsson had put in a lot of effort and did enough to win the title, and he decided that. But the way Jones got this title is so thrilling. For the first 3 rounds, it was very tough for Jones to figure out the puzzle of Gustafsson, as you guys who watched the match would feel that Gustafsson was defying the expectations. He stayed in the fight for 5 rounds. He was indeed the winner, but do you guys think that was he? The whole story of the fight was in the first minute of the final round. Gustafsson was landing 2 uppercuts, but Jones tried to retreat out of the way. Gustafsson swung and missed up with a spinning elbow in the last minute, but Jones kept on the kick. But in the last few seconds, Jones tried to finish the bout by following head kicks but doing nothing in the final attempt. The fight ended with a flying knee and then a short elbow. When the bell rang, Jones raised his hands. No doubt Gustafsson is a more fantastic fighter in history. Mark Hunt vs Antonio Silva. I watched the fight between Mark Hunt and Antonio Silva that was on December 7, 2013. I thought about how they could survive after the intense battle. I had never seen such a brutal fight ever in the history of MMA. Fans were expecting to witness the usual knockouts and the obvious outcomes, but no one thought that fight would turn into a war of attrition between both fighters. Both the boxers were heavyweights who met in the middle of the cage with intense intentions. That was the most remarkable fight in the history of MMA fights. Silva was dominant in the first 2 rounds and took them with punches and kicks, but these heavy blows awakened the beast, and from that moment, the game reversed. You will see the massive blows of Hunt on the face of Silva. It was looking that any second could be the game changer. In the 4th round, Silva changed things. Both the men continued to throw blows at each other, but who was taking advantage? Yes, he was a Hunt, who took advantage of landing blows. Silva was looking for a takedown, but everything was under the hook by the Hunt that night. This fight was incredible, and both fighters played out of the way. At the end of the battle, both had respect for each other. However, this fight cannot be absorbed by the weak stomach, so be aware when you go back to watch this brutal fight ever. So guys, these were the craziest matches of MMA history. The list is very long. If you want to watch other unforgettable matches of MMA history, let us know in the comments below. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updated videos. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video and don't forget to save us by the bell.